Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back here to today's edition of the Fishing Teacher, and really appreciate you guys coming by the channel to check the video out. And guys, today we're going to be talking about crawdad pattern crankbaits, when they work, conditions they work in, different times of the year they work in. Because I think a lot of people, they have this misconception that a crawdad pattern crankbait is just for the pre-spawn, which is good that time of the year, but there's some other conditions we're going to talk about in today's video. Also, guys, just a quick reminder that Tackle Warehouse has got a new shipment of my Blaukat throwback jigs in here. They've been out of stock for a few weeks now. They got another shipment. I know they're already getting low on the new shipment, so if you guys would like to take advantage of some of those that they still got in stock, I'll put my Tackle Warehouse Blaukat throwback jig link in the description of the video. And also, guys, if your favorite size or color is not available, it is on back order, and usually they can turn it around like in a week or two, so you can go ahead and place your order and get them in a week or so. So much appreciated there. Okay guys, crawdad pattern crankbaits have been around forever. I remember when I first started fishing them, it used to be some rudimentary looking crawdads. Like they'd be a brown looking crawdad with like a little stripe, a brown looking back, like with a little stripe on it. And then I think, see if I got, yeah, back in the early 80s, Rebel they came out with like the first realistic looking crawdad pattern. Let me see if I can find one here, in the deep we are pattern. This was like the very first crawdad pattern to come out. This is like from 1982. And here's what I was just talking about here, guys, what they used to look like. This was like the original type of a crawdad pattern, and this is the first realistic looking crawdad. So they've been around a long time as far as a crawdad resembles, but they've gotten a little bit more attention to detail over time. These are the Megabass S crank series. You can see how natural looking they are. But anyway, like I said, they're good under the right set of situations, which we're going to get into today. Now, first of all, I want to talk about the obvious. The obvious time to use them is during the pre-spawn when the water temperature's in the 50s. That's the best time for a crawdad pattern crankbait. Water visibility can be anything about over 1.5 feet to 2 feet, up to 10 or 12 foot clarity. But that is going to be your number one scenario in this pre-spawn time of the year when the water temperature is in the 50s. Between 50 to 60 degrees is the magic time to throw that. Now, there's another time that a lot of people don't throw crawdad crankbait. There's actually two scenarios here that we're going to talk about. The first one is in the fall time of the year, where you have the same similar water temperatures, like when the water temperatures are between 50 to 60 degrees in the fall time of the year, and this is usually sometime like in November. There is another crawdad crankbait bite. A lot of people don't know that. They got it in their mind that a crawdad crankbait is just for the pre-spawn. But guys, a crawdad crankbait in the fall time of the year can be really good. The difference between fishing a crawdad crankbait in the fall time of the year and the spring time of the year is just your retrieve. In the spring time of the year, you're fishing a slower retrieve. Mood and the personality of the bass are just a little bit slower that time of year. But in the fall time of the year, even though the water temperatures are just the same as in the springtime, I like to fish a faster retrieve. And that's the big key on catching them on a crawdad crankbait in the fall time of the year, is speed your retrieve up a little bit. You don't have to burn it in, but just make it sort of like a medium to medium fast stop and go retrieve. Same type of deals, rocky banks, channel banks, bluff banks are all good for that during the fall time of the year, especially if you have some wind. Now, another scenario where crawdad crankbait works real good is in the summertime and early fall if you have a lake that's full of smallmouth. So all you guys that fish up north, Great Lakes, all those big smallmouth lakes up there, crawdad pattern crankbait is good all summer long. Just fishing it over the flats, same type of places you'd fish a jerkbait or any other lure out there. Burning that crankbait on those flats in that clear water for those big smallmouth, especially when you have a cloudy, windy day. If you guys that fish the Great Lake area and Champlain and all that type of stuff, if you get a cloudy, windy day in the summertime, put you on a crawdad crankbait, get out there on those flats in 5 to 10 foot of water and just cover water and burn it. It's a really good way to catch them. But the main thing, guys, is when you're considering a crawdad pattern crankbait is you have a lot of different color variations. This is my favorite ones. This is the Megabass the Megabass Super Z series. They've got a lot of different type of patterns. I'll put my Tackle Warehouse link in the description for the Super Z link here. But there's a lot of variations. Crawdad pattern crankbaits have usually a combination of red, orange, green, brown. Some of them are translucent, some of them are a little bit brighter. And you just sort of have to let the fish tell you, because I have never been able to like identify a set of conditions where, like I say, a brown crawfish works good, or a red crawfish works good, or a red with some orange works good. I've never been able to isolate that under variables such as water clarity and water temperature. It's just a matter of experimentation, trial and error. But in general, I will use, some type of a flat finish like this that you have that's not translucent. If that water visibility is, say, less than 4 foot, or if it's a cloudy type, windy, rainy day, and if it's clear water, like water visibility over 4 feet, and it's a little bit brighter, that's when I'll go to more of a translucent pattern. Let me see if I can find one here, what I'm talking about. Just some type of a translucent pattern that, get my box here, guys. Some type of a translucent pattern that, here we go, that reflects the light a little bit. You can see that one right there. That's sort of a translucent look that comes through it. But that translucent look works really good in the clear water or the bright conditions. So main thing, guys, is the main thing I want to do this video for. We got October, November coming up. At the time of filming this video, it's still September. So give it a try. This October and November, when that water temperature starts getting down around 60 and below, put you on a Crawdad crankbait, try one of these Super Z2s here, and just get out on some rocky banks, steep rocky banks, bluff banks, parallel those things, put them on like, 10-pound test fluorocarbon line, try to knock that 3 to 6 foot zone with them, and usually it's pretty productive that time of year. So hope it helps out, guys. We'll talk later.